Alright, so what is up everybody, it's MoBase12 right back at you guys with a brand new video. And today I'm going to be talking about how the Eagles got completely whooped yesterday, 45-17 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in the link. And there was literally nothing positive about this game, so don't expect any positivity from this video. And how y'all feeling? People in the comments, they're telling me, oh no, it's Chip, it's his new team, give him a couple weeks. Oh, you're reacting too fast. Oh, you're just another crazy Eagles fan, yada 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 yada. How do y'all feel now? I called for Chip's job in week 2. And now everyone else is starting to call for it. What is it, like week 10 or something? I don't know what it is. Week 10, week 11. How y'all feeling? What about people in the comments last week? Oh, you're being too hard on Byron Maxwell. Byron Maxwell, he's a great corner, ranked among the top in the league. How y'all feel now about Byron Maxwell? Exactly. Nolan Carroll, the same thing. I was kind of behind Nolan Carroll, but after that game, he's just as bad as Bradley Fletcher. He's just as bad. Defense was terrible. They let Jameis Winston march up and down the field on us. They let Doug Martin run all over us. Run defense nowhere to be found. Overall, terrible game on defense. Offense was even worse. They're still doing those stupid swing passes to the outside. DeMarco Murray, first play of the game. Hut, swing pass. Hut, screen pass. It gets maybe a yard, maybe 2. I don't know why Chip Kelly keeps calling it, but he keeps calling it. And then Mark Sanchez, throwing interceptions left and right. Missing wide open receivers. Receivers dropping balls. Offensive line not even giving anybody enough time. DeMarco Murray barely getting any yards. You know, he'll break off a big run here and there, but other than that, he was held in check most of the game. Darren Sproles was the only guy who, in my eyes, gave the most effort. I think he was the one who scored the 2 no, it was Josh Huff and Darren Sproles. Josh Huff disappeared. He had that 1 touchdown and that's it. Didn't record a catch after that. But Darren Sproles seemed to be the only guy who's going hard, who actually cared about trying to get a win on this team. Everybody else just looked like, you know, just another game. We're all millionaires. It's okay. We'll all go home to our fancy houses, our nice cars. Who cares? This is just a way for us to make money. But Darren Sproles really looked like the only guy who actually cared. Chip Kelly, he just looked like, whatever, you know. To me, Chip Kelly, his ego has taken over, because I feel like now in his head, after the first 2 years, he's saying in his head, oh man, I just won with Andy Reid's guys. I took a 4-12 team, took them to 10-6. And then last year, when everything started off really well for the Eagles, then they started falling off, and then they won the last game. So then in his head, he's thinking, all right, 2 10-6 seasons in the NFL, I'm pretty good at this. Scheme over talent. Scheme over talent. So then he goes out, gets his own guys. And this team, if you look at it, it's extremely poorly constructed. Extremely poorly constructed. He got 2 power running backs and then a sort of switchblade knife in Darren Sproles where you can do anything with him. But he didn't get any offensive linemen. So he wants to run the ball, but he doesn't have any offensive linemen. How does that make any sense? And then he wants to have a perennial offensive threat on the offense, but he doesn't have any wideouts. That doesn't make any sense. You got rid of Macklin and Jackson. So how do you expect anybody to fear your offense when you don't have any wide receivers, you don't have an offensive line? And to be quite honest, DeMarco Murray does not fit this style at all. I don't get it. Why would you get rid of somebody in Sean McCoy who already knew the system, who had success in the system, had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I think he had 1,000-yard season last year. I'm pretty sure he did. He started off pretty bad, but he did finish strong. And you get rid of him. Deshaun Jackson had a career year with the Eagles. You got rid of him. Jeremy Maclin had a career year with the Eagles. You got rid of him. All you needed to do in the offseason was get 2 corners and a safety. That's all you needed. And then draft a couple O-linemen to replace some of the aging ones on this team, and then you're good. We're good. And when I say go out and get 2 cornerbacks, I'm saying not go out and get the highest priced free agents on the market, like in Byron Maxwell, who obviously does not fit this defensive scheme. Get 2 cornerbacks that are solid but fit your scheme, that know how to play bump and run coverage, that aren't just the product of a really good secondary in Seattle, and have them come here and expect them to be a #1 shutdown corner. That just doesn't make any sense. You can't expect somebody who had Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas as their safeties and Richard Sherman as the opposite corner to come in and be a #1 corner, because he never was that in Seattle and he never will be in the NFL. It doesn't make any sense. In Nolan Carroll, he was an in-house guy. He played okay, but he was never a sort of #1 corner. When he would come in, he would be serviceable, but he wouldn't be, oh my god, that's the next Darrelle Revis. No. He was just another solid corner. And then you got rid of Brandon Boykin, and now in the slot, when we play nickel or dime, we don't have that guy anymore. We don't have the guy to cover the inside receivers that we had in Brandon Boykin. Now we have to rely on E.J. Biggers, who we ourselves torched last year when he was still on the Redskins. It honestly makes 0 sense to me whatsoever. And now we as Eagles fans, we don't have the right to say, oh, we're playing a bad team, we're going to win. Because we ourselves are a bad team. We are now Tennessee. We are the Lions. We are the Jaguars. We are the New York Jets. The New York Jets are alright this year. You know? We're not that good team. We're not even a mediocre team anymore. We're just a bad team. Why? Because someone's ego, he put his ego before the team. I don't like that. So he's bringing in people in Philadelphia. They're saying they need to be a Chip Kelly guy, and I'm taking this from the one, I think E-Rock or something made this video. Maybe Chip Kelly is not a Philadelphia guy. And I know you guys heard that line before, taking it from his video, but it's such a good quote that I had to use it. Maybe he's not a Philadelphia guy. Maybe we need to go out and get a traditional head coach. Me personally, I'd like to go out and get a defensive-minded coach for a change. You know? Get somebody who's going to buff up the defense. Or maybe someone like a Ron Rivera who's playing it old school, and the Panthers are undefeated. They have 2 big running backs. They run out of the I formation. They're power backs. They're not this whole finesse thing. No zone read. Well, they do have zone read, but they don't necessarily use it as much as we do. And look at how that's working out for them. The Panthers have no outside threats either. But because the running game is so strong, they can use the play action and work the field. Because they have a good offensive line that'll sit there and give Cam Newton time, or open up holes for Jonathan Stewart, or open up holes for Mike Tolbert. That's the way this team needed to be constructed if we wanted to be a power running team. But it's too late now. Deshaun Jackson's in Washington. Kansas City has Jeremy Maclin. Too late now. This has been a terrible month for Philly sports. Not a single team, and this dumbfounded me when I saw this stat, not a single team in Philadelphia in the month of November has won a home game. The Flyers have not won a home game. The Sixers haven't even won a game. You kidding me? And the Eagles have not won a home game. And the Phillies, if they were playing, they probably wouldn't have won one either, because they're not any better than this. To be honest, the only good sports team right now in Philly is Temple. And no one really cares about Temple unless you're going to Temple. Unless you're attending Temple. But yeah, I'm rambling. I think it's too late for this team. We need to start looking to the future. We need to. Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, needs to reassess the situation of Chip Kelly. Because I don't want another sort of Andy Reid thing where he keeps one coach for like 20 years. And that gets us nowhere. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This has been Motivated 12, and don't forget to check out Eagles Fan for Life 98. Link is in the description or in my related channels or wherever you find my name. You're probably going to find his name next. Eagles videos just like me, but along with gaming and all kinds of other stuff. So check him out. And this has been myself. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.